Good morning. I hope you can hear me over the wind. We are at the delightful little place of Niarbyl, which is probably best known for a film called Waking Ned. Now I've come down to shoot the sea stacks, which you can't see because they're behind me, but then I happened across this beautiful little waterfall on a beach. How bizarre. Now we got a little bit of colour up here this morning. I was hoping for colour over the sea, but it didn't happen. Excuse me wobbling you about. So I took a couple of exposures up here, and I'm aware we're on the wonks because I've got a different unit on the gimbal. And it worked quite nicely. I just managed to get a little bit of sky in up here with a bit of colour in. But the main reason for coming down here is to shoot these glorious sea stacks. And it's really not as easy as it looks. They're at a very odd angle, and as you can see, we've got loads of foam on the beach. It's really, really windy. It has been ridiculously stormy. As you know, we've had Kiara and then we had Dennis. So there's loads of foam. There's lots of white stuff, which is making long exposures quite hard, but I really do want long exposures here. I want the really ethereal look. So I'm going to get set up. I'm going to put a 6-stop in because I want to smooth the water out. I want the focus to be just on these rocks. Those are the ones that I really want to shoot. These beautiful sea stacks. Whether I'm going to be able to get a decent enough angle, I'm not sure. Because the tide is coming in, I'm going to be very, very careful where I stand, or I'll get wet feet. Just for a change. I keep trying to put this on the gimbal, but it's so windy, the gimbal's just getting blown all over the place. Right, yes. Now, the real object of my desire is this here. And right at the top, it's got some beautiful green algae. And I'm trying to pick that out, but attempting to get a composition using that is quite difficult because we've got a few rocks here that are encroaching. We've got the mountain in the background. Now we've got 3 rocks surrounding it, so I've kind of incorporated those. I've angled it so there isn't a gap between this one and the big one, and I'm hoping that works. I'm going to have a look. That waterfall is amazing. I'll take you for a closer look in a minute, but I want to try and get this done. High tide is 8:30 and sunrise is 7:30, so I'm guessing we're on the verge of about 8 o'clock, 8:10. I haven't got a watch with me. Let me just see what this is doing. No, that's not quite working how I wanted. Right, 2 tips. When you're shooting seascapes, be prepared to keep wiping your filters. I can't feel any mist coming off the water at all, which is unusual. You normally get a bit of spray. But when I looked at my filter, yes, that's absolutely covered. So keep a set of, I use alcohol wipes just to keep them clean. And secondly, when you put your bag down, as I've got mine here, there, it's open right at the very top. So if I decide to grab it and have to leg it, or if it does get caught by a bit of a rogue wave, it's not going to get that wet. There's nothing in the top because my camera's here. So always keep your bag done up. If you can work with it on your shoulders, even better. But certainly when your bag's on the floor, keep it done up, stop water getting in. That's the plan anyway. Right, I'm going to have a look at what's going on with this exposure. That's better. Ooh. See if we can get somewhere where the wind's not going to attack us too much. Yeah, I think I've nailed that one. I ended up with an exposure of 62.1 seconds, I think it was. And we all know how important the 0.1 second is. And I was shooting at f10. I've got the 10 stop on. I've only left the polarizer on because it's easier to clean. It's right at the front of the filters, and it's much easier to clean that than it is to clean the square ones because they've got the filter hole around them. Kind of makes sense. And I've got 0.6 sorry, 0.6 grad pull down to even the sky and sea exposure. Look at the colour of that water. Did I mention how gorgeous that water is? It's going to be mono, but at 69 seconds, it's just keeping the rocks dark enough. It's still allowing the greenery at the top of that to show through and giving me nice soft water around the base of it. Once this exposure's finished, I've just changed my settings slightly. I've moved up to F13. Oh, foam is ridiculous. Look at this. Once this has finished cooking, this is going to be slightly longer exposure. I'm thinking about 80, 85, 86 seconds. I'll spin you around and show you what I've got. Right, this wind is really starting to pick up. Look at all this foam. But that is kind of what we finished up with, which I quite like. Now I'm just going to move slightly to the right, but I've got to be careful of getting those, ooh, where are we? Trying not to get those hills in the background, because that's going to spoil the clean effect that I wanted. Well, they forecast rain at 8 o'clock, and I'm guessing it's just past 8 o'clock because it's raining. So with filters, it's just no good at all. Now, this location is better known for being a sunset location. Unfortunately, the tide isn't fitting with sunset tonight, which is why I've come here for sunrise. I might still come back this evening just to see, because I'm not sure how far out the tide will go. Although if this is high tide, then those rocks are going to be considerably clear of water. So before I went, I thought I'd bring you up and show you this little waterfall. Oh, nothing like a bit of sea breeze combined with pouring rain. Right, let me just flip you around. Yeah, this was a really pleasant surprise to find this. Those sea stacks are gorgeous. You can see the amazing colour of that water. Still wouldn't want to go swimming in it, it's far too bloody cold. But the waterfall kind of trickles down through these rocks. There's a lump of very, very ugly concrete just here. Now the composition that I went for, it's kind of a bit difficult to show you, hold on. Conscious of the fact I really don't want to fall in the water. Oh. Right, because I was, getting a little bit of sunrise colour up here. Yeah, I can't really show you on the phone without going vertical, which will not work properly. But I've got a little bit of sky, I've got the waterfall coming in at the left, trickling down, and then curving round here at the bottom of the shot. And I put the polarizer on, which darkened down the rocks on either side and left the water beautifully bright. And if it wasn't for the fact that I'd got colour up here, I'd turn it mono, and that might still happen. Right, the rain is now starting to bounce down, so I'm going to pack up and take a wander back up to the van and have a cup of tea. The path down to White Beach from Niarbyl is quite narrow. It's a little bit uppy, hilly, downy hill. It's slippery, but what views! And it is ridiculously windy up here. But there's some lovely big vistas to be had from up here, if it wasn't blowing a gale and pouring with rain. I mean, that is some view. And did I mention how glorious that watercolour is? Right, I need to get back to the car. Well, I'm still waiting for rain to stop. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to talk about a reader's image. And this one is right up my street. Sent in by Ian Hayward. It's a very graphic, almost kind of charcoal pencil drawing, and it's really simple. It's just a tree base with some grass in the snow. He shot it in Canmore. He sent me a selection of images, and it's probably the only one that you can't tell where the image is taken, but it just jumped out the page at me. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Ian, for sending it in. Hope you like it.